Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Second Channel Schaden and today we're gonna be hotlapping Fujimi Kaido in Forza Motorsport until I get a clean lap. The me you see on screen right now is not the me you hear talking, because in my infinite wisdom I forgot to actually unmute myself for the recording, so most of that is lost until later in the video. But anyway, this track is new in Forza Motorsport. Well, not new in Forza, but new in Forza Motorsport, and I'm seeing it like for the first time. I saw it in like the career mode, and it was kind of hard to drive, honestly. I was like, "Ooh, how will I ever get a clean lap?" So here I am trying to get a clean lap, because I set that as my goal. The kind of constraints of this challenge is that I need to push and get like a fast time as well as a clean time. So this is my first lap in the time trial mode. I did like 1 or 2 laps in career mode, as I said before, and it went pretty well. I was driving very cautiously, like getting to know the corners pretty much. And here we are on the downhill, my nemesis, because I'm so bad at downhill. Yeah, you can tell that I'm really cautious, like on the way into the corners. I do accelerate pretty well, but like I'm so cautious into the corner. You see, still managed to almost mess it up and like outbrake myself, but yeah, this is just an exploratory lap really. I had hoped I could manage it in my first run through, but as we shall soon see, I think. I don't actually remember, since it's been a day that I've cut this. I think I messed up right about here. Yep, there we go. Into the wall. Yeah, I've done it a few times before. I always underestimate this zone. Like this track is very slippery. Here we skip forward to lap 2, where I've managed to get a bit further on this very slippery track. And this is my second nemesis. Another corner. It drops off from you, like it goes downhill, and you need to brake way earlier than you actually think. And here on lap 3 I almost made it through, but then I got under pressure because the ghost of my rival was in front of me, and I was like, I can't have this ghost beat me. So I pushed a bit too hard and went straight into the wall, which leads us on to the 4th lap in my trusty Toyota 86 TRD that I tuned myself for maximum grip, kind of. It's a tune I did for another track, but I just took the car because I like it. This will be my fastest lap for quite a while. You can tell that I've been more comfortable with the first part of the track. Really trying to maximize like all the corners, like right there it was almost into the wall, but not quite. Here I was a bit too hard on entry, almost paid the price, but I think a little scratch is fine without like voiding the lap. In the top left corner, if there's like the exclamation point besides your time, then it's like not a valid time. But anyway, we are pushing. Like we're really close to the wall. Really maximizing all the track that I can get. A little bit of a slide, but with just enough margin not to go into the wall. Here, this part I really like, even though I messed it up. The lead up to the quadruple hairpin is like, it's such a nice track. Here we brake at the barrier, kind of. Make sure we get into first for rotation and second for the exit of the corner, which is kind of how this goes. I don't really manage to execute it perfectly on this lap. With a little drift. But we'll get there, And here come the quadruple hairpins. I really like those. They're so slow. It takes like, we're driving at 50 kph through those. It's insanely slow, but it still feels super quick. And I almost drove into the wall there. Because like the corners are so tight. You almost can't like do it, and you have like a second to accelerate into the second gear, and then you're already on the brake again, back into first for rotation. I'm a bit late on the pedal through here, and this one, just a little lift for the first barrier, and then I think a little lift for the second one. Yeah, even a stamp on the brake, teeny tiny bit. But yeah, you need bravery to go through there. Like if you have enough aero, it's fine. And this corner here is way faster than you'd expect, so I was too hesitant. Surely lost like a time or 2 or 3 through there. maybe even half a second. And now we go into like the long uphill section of Fujimi Kaido. Keep it close to the wall. We could have taken a bit more speed, I think. And then here, this corner, just back down into second. Make sure to take the apex and be as early on the gas as you can. Then stick it to the left so you don't run out of room on the right for this corner. And then here we have a classic hairpin, which means go into first and out into second. I love this part of the track with the waterfall. It's so atmospheric, really. It's crazy. And also the hairpins here, they're really nice. It's very slippery. I don't know, it feels like there's water on the track from the waterfalls. I don't think there is. The track is just slippery in general. But it really feels slippery in this part. Like, I'm losing traction in the mirror all the time, as you can hear from the squealing of the tires. Which is my main problem, really, where I lose most of the time. Still, we're 2.3 seconds up on our previous best, which is a 9.1. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Here I was just way too hesitant to take more speed with me. I think this is easily a second, considering all of this. And yeah, here I brake too, where I didn't need to. There's way more time in this than I'm leaving there. Now here we get into the part that I enjoy very much, because this is a corner you need to brake hard for, and then you can accelerate very early and just relax for a bit. This is like, after what, 4 minutes of pure concentration, you get to relax for a few seconds. And then you end up here, where you brake pretty much where the red line starts. Bring down into second. I could have gone a bit hotter into here, I think. This one closes up and you exit, so I need to be careful. And then the rest is just your normal whiny stuff, where you just accelerate, brake, brake. The good stuff. This one is deceiving as well. I've ran into the wall there before. And then here you almost can't mess it up. This one you can. Because if you go in too hot, you end up in the wall as well. And here is one of my favorite parts. It's where we'll reach the top of Fujimi Kaido and switch over into the descent over this little jump here, where this is so mean. Like, if you don't set it up right from the beginning, you mess up. And you can see I'm cautious because, like, I lost a second on my previous delta. We're only 1.6 seconds up now instead of 2.3. So yeah, I was very cautious. Here on the downhill as well. A little slide. My god. And the view is gorgeous here. Just want to say this. Fujimi Kaido is such a nice track to drive on. I wish they would hold more races, because it's such a technical track. And you need to be so precise on your inputs and your braking, your acceleration. It's a dream, actually. This part feels so cool. Really dangerous because it's so downhill, but really cool. You can tell I'm really cautious. I'm almost always in the second gear, and I'm losing time. I've been less brave on this run than I've been on my previous run. So we are losing a bunch of time. But still, we're fairly quick. I missed the apex here, which means that I'm very slow into this corner. Backed off into second a bit too early. Here we are into second. And then we hammer it for this part. This first tunnel you can... Oh yeah. You need to make sure you're not too hot into the first one, because you will crash into the wall on the right. And here you need to make sure to brake so you don't crash into the wall on the left. Here as well. I left no margin there. I was like, I'm down on time. I need to like be better than this. Which often leads me to be too hot into here. But we got it. Slow on exit, that is fine. Keep it wide, swing on to the inside. I missed the apex by so much and almost paid the price for it. That's fine. I love these corners where they like just catch you, you know? They drop you and then they catch you. These are so nice. This one here is deceiving. Because the corner is a bit flatter than others, like it feels like it falls away from you. Because these are like, you know, they go inward. And the other one's just flat, so you have less braking power than you would on these, like less lateral grip, I guess. But yeah, you can really hammer it through here. This left is way faster than I think. This is, I think, a 4th gear corner. But I'm still very cautious, because this one is quite tight after you go in fast. And here, this corner tightens on exit. You have to be wary of. Then you get a bit of respite. You can like really hammer it down here. I didn't, but you could. But yeah, I wanted to conserve like the integrity of my lap, and here it's really easy to like lose the rear and wander off into the barrier. Through the tunnel, this one's deceiving as well because it tightens an exit. Once again, this is really mean. I went into hot there once and lost a lap just because I touched the wall. And here, the corner falls away from you. Yep, I should have just like, you know, just used my brake roughly here at the sign. Because if you get it right, you can take a lot of speed with you, but if you mess up, you just sail right into the barrier, because nothing stops you. And here, this set of corners is pretty mean, because they all fall away. Or not all of them, but they tend to fall away from you. So you need to be like, careful. It's a really technical track, I love it. But yeah, here as well, the bridge, you need to wait with the application of the gas pedal, because it's quite tight. And that leads us onto the back straight. You can, if I am above 100 kph through the last corner, I'm happy. And there we go, 4.5 seconds up, with a lap time of 8:57. And now we skip to lap 16. I've been hot lapping this track for a while. Ah yes. Which leads us onto my final lap. Please enjoy. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, I did it. I finally did it. I posted a clean time. And it's an 852.316. I'm done. That puts me in the top 23% of all players, which is honestly, for today, that is good enough. Jesus Christ. In any case, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a very wonderful time. Goodbye.